Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Jack Spurgeon here today. He always brings in some fun props, and we've got one today. We are talking fall back, but I'm assuming this goes along with it.
Yeah, we always associate the time changes in the spring and the fall with the, change your clock, change your battery. So it's very important on the fact that smoke alarms save lives, and most of the time, 2/3 of the time that we do fire investigations with fire fatalities, most of the time it's because there's improper working smoke alarms or no smoke alarms at all. So we want to stress the importance of making sure you even got them up at this point, and then changing your batteries. Now they make various kinds, so some of them, now the newer models, you don't even have to change the battery, so I brought an assortment of those kinds so they could see what it is, and we can demonstrate basically the fact of what we normally see with these smoke alarms that are not working properly with the batteries pulled out of them or just slid away from the contacts.
I know. I think that we've sort of talked about this topic before in, maybe last year or the year before that, and I just remember thinking, if you've lived, like I've lived in the same house for such a long time now that I don't even think about these smoke detectors, but it is just amazing the different types of smoke detectors and what you can get, and you can activate them, from a smartphone, and there's just all these things that you can do. And today he got me on another one. I was just amazed. You've got to show this because it's just amazing.
Yeah, what they got is these are basically the older style, which you can still get those in the store.
Which is, I think, what we have.
And you have to change the battery, and obviously, we either see smoke alarms that look like this, or where the battery has just been pulled out away from the contact, and it's just kind of slid in there, separated, so you can see a little gap, because when you push it up is when you make the contact. These type, you still need to change the battery. Even the hardwires, people don't realize that they're battery backup. So if your power goes out, you got those, so they need to change those. Because like you say, most people look at these and don't think nothing about them. And these are the newest style, which has got the lithium battery. And the battery's good for 10 years because your smoke alarms should be changed every 10 years regardless if you've hadn't had any problems with them, because that's usually the lifespan of them. Sometimes they don't last that long, but 10 years is the benchmark for changing out all your smoke alarms out. And you should have one in every bedroom, centrally located out from those bedrooms and on each level of the home. But the biggest one is this one.
This is the one I'm really excited for all of us to look at.
Is the Kid Smarts. They're various, they're voice activated. And what they did is over the years, they did research with burn victims, especially kids, and they've done studies where the smoke alarm goes off and the kids will lay there for minutes after minutes after minutes, and these smoke alarms will be going off and it won't even phase them. In an actual fire situation, the smoke alarms, if it's close to that area, will start to melt within a few minutes after the fire starts. So basically, you've only got a few minutes for these things to alert you, for you to go ahead and start your evacuation process. But kids are more prone to listening to a voice they're familiar with, such as their parents, grandparents, whoever they may stay with, because we all get up with alarm clocks, or our times have just got used to getting up at the same time every day. So we just get up. But kids are used to being woke up to go to school every morning or whatever they may do on weekends, going to different various activities, so you wake them up. So what these does is these are also battery operated, and they come hardwired, but you can program the voice you want. And then what happens is they're just kind of like a smoke detector, but once they're activated, they talk.
Wes, this is your dad. There's a fire in the house. Remember our escape plan. Get out of the house, stay low and go.
That's great.
And so what will happen is with it being activated, it will continuously keep going and over that message, and then going back to the beep, so that the kids or someone who's hard to wake up will hear that. I mean, it may take more than one if you have somebody that's very difficult to wake up, because there are sound sleepers, and that includes adults as well. So it may be you that you have to place. And so just changing these batteries only takes about 5 minutes, and it may be your life that saves or a loved one of yours. So, 5 minutes of your time, at least a couple of times a year, just to change the batteries, even though you haven't heard them chirp or anything, is worth the time.
I know, and I'm bad about that with the chirping. I hear it and I'm like, oh yeah. But now that we're sitting here talking, I'm thinking I need to get one of these. And I need to change them all out in the house. They've probably not been changed in 10 years.
Yeah, and most people, the chirping comes from improper placement because they may put them too close to their bathroom areas, and when you take showers, the steam comes out and sets them off, or too close to kitchen areas, because if you don't have the proper smoke alarm for those smoke environment areas when you cook a little bit, they should be at least 10 or 15 feet away from the stove area so that they won't, you open the oven, the heat comes out and can set them off. So those are sometimes improper placement that sets those off, and then people take the battery out just so it won't beep while they're cooking and forget to put them back in, and we've seen those places problems as well.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything that we're missing that you'd like to add?
Just realize that fire departments across the country generally have smoke alarm installation programs. We have it, so if you are concerned about your smoke alarms or maybe not have any, or just want them, your batteries replaced, sometimes, we see it more so with the elderly that we go out and change their batteries. So we do have an installation program, so if you need smoke alarms, we'll come out and install those and do a home safe analysis with you to kind of give you the ins and outs of maybe what you can do to improve on your safety plans, or maybe even if you don't have one, get you to the mindset that, evacuation is the key. So early detection saves lives.
Great. Thank you so much for being with us today. And stay tuned. We'll be back right after the break.